Hello everyone, I am Deepak Unyal and I welcome you to the series of tutorials on C++. If you have seen my previous videos, I have discussed about constructors and we have discussed various type of constructor like default constructor and parameterized constructor. Then we discussed about constructor with default arguments. If you haven't seen those videos, please go back and watch them first and then come back to this lecture. So what is destructor? Destructor is also a special member function similar to constructor, but it had some other functions and its name start with a tilde sign. You call this sign tilde and then class name. So if you remember our previous lecture, we have constructor name only this, but now we have an extra thing and that is this tilde sign. This is also called bitwise complement, and intuitively if you see, destructor is complement of the constructor, and that's why it is written like this. So when this destructor is called, this is called implicitly whenever an object is destroyed. So it is difference between constructor and destructor. Constructor is called when an object is created and destructor is called when an object is destroyed. And this is called implicitly. You can also create a destructor which is explicit. But unlike constructor, you can have only one destructor in a class, right? It is not like constructor. In case of constructor, you can have multiple constructors in a class, but you can have only one destructor in a class. You can also say this like that for constructors you can have overloading, and you can say constructor overloading, but for the destructors this overloading is not allowed. So what task does the destructors perform? It performs termination housekeeping, and purpose of this termination housekeeping is releasing memory so that it can be used for new objects, right? The destructor itself does not actually release the object's memory, so it performs termination housekeeping before the object's memory is reclaimed, and memory can be reused to hold new objects. So a class has one implicit destructor, or you can also say that it is default destructor, but you can also create your own destructor whenever necessary. So this implicit destructor works fine until and unless a class contains some dynamically allocated memory or pointers. So can you answer this question? So why this implicit destructor might fail when we have dynamically allocated memory or pointers in our class? Another thing, for the destructor you cannot pass any arguments to the destructor, and like constructor it has no return type also. The more things we'll discuss in detail in coming lectures, but as of now you can answer this question and try to find out answer of this question: why explicit constructor is required for classes when we have dynamically allocate memory or pointers, right? So try to guess this answer, try to find out this answer through the books. Maybe you can try to follow this book detail and detail, and hopefully you will find the answer. So in the next lecture I will try to code this destructor and show you it practically. In case of doubt or any feedback, please write in the comments. I will try to respond back as soon as possible. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you so much.